the long run.
Yes, massive.
Yeah.
Given everything we read, watch, research, so our knowledge, yeah, all the paths of the whatever thing, the universe, la-di-da, God,
Yeah.
right? As supposedly, all these paths he's supposedly open up for us. You know, like we got together when we were younger, we've gone through our life, now we're in this stage, we've spoken about this stuff all our life. How many times do people get to meet someone or be around someone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've delved into the realms together,
Yeah.
we've discussed this stuff all our life, so there's path there, yeah?
Yeah.
So the lessons that we brought back from the DMT realm, such as the revelations when we did the telepathy experiment with David Luke,
Yeah.
which was amazing.
Which we can talk about at some point, but not yet.
Not right yet, yeah. Do you think, right, with everything that's gone on as well, because this year has been very strange,
Yeah.
and it's almost like there's been a build-up to something, like there's a glitch.
Yeah.
So, do you think there is, and with everything we're seeing on YouTube at the moment, is there an awakening coming?
So, okay.
Are people starting to wake up? And I'm not talking about the death thing.
But then again, no. So
I'm talking about just reality, maybe.
yeah,
Like the recent
so like
thing-
so like untapped areas of reality and consciousness within this reality that we probably don't understand, but maybe like a collective consciousness type thing that so that everybody's feeling it at the same time.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of that feeling going
And
around.
you can and like you say, that can be something that's just, well then I suppose it does traverse the physical and therefore it is metaphysical, isn't it? But right, okay, do I think there's an awakening?
Is there an awakening coming?
I have felt that there is something massive coming for a long time.
It's a big fucking, it passed us, it was called Atlas. It went past not so long ago.
Yeah. So, is there an awakening coming? That is a bird of prey, mate.
Yeah, there it is.
That is something. What is
That's
that?
an owl.
That's a kite.
Is it a kite?
Yeah. Oh, mate, right.
That would have made a lovely shot. What's he doing over the water? Oh.
So, is there an awakening coming? Yes, there is. Right, let's go. So do I think there's an awakening coming? Yeah, I do. And I don't think it's like something that's going to be, that's just like bang, although this COVID-19 situation has kind of gone up, chunked it up a gear. But I think this awakening maybe is something that is going to be drawn out over a generation or a couple of generations. Because obviously, you know, we are a mere, our existence is tiny in comparison to even the age of the planet, let alone the age of the fucking universe.
Yeah.
So is it going to happen in a couple of weeks? No. Are we going to change as humans mentally and, you know, psychically, if you want to call it that, or whatever you're sort of getting at with that, with the collective consciousness? Yeah, but I think it's a generational thing. I think it will take. I think it's call it. You know, evolution is spanned over a huge amount of time, and this awakening in the way we live and the way we see reality, if that's an awakening, is going to take you know, a longer time than you or I think. Fuck me, that awakening happened quickly, but it's happening now. You know what I mean? We're in the throes of it, and if you looked at the lifespan of humans for 1 million years, for argument's sake, from, you know, pre-human primates to where we are now, and then shot forward another 1 million years, if you could look at that data, I reckon yes, in this period you would see a spike where everything for us changed.
I think right now, because technology, the ability for us to do a film at 6:30 in the morning in Arundel, right, and discuss this stuff, and then for it in a couple of days to be put on online,
that's mental, isn't it?
On a channel that someone in Australia or New Zealand or Japan or anywhere across the world could just click and watch and go, well, that's a concept, and then take that concept and discuss it elsewhere. yeah, I believe that, and I think for the speed thing of it, I don't believe generations, because if you took it back to, like you were talking about, the primates, you know, when they first were able to speak and they first started, you know, they went into the caves and they painted their things that they were seeing, maybe in trip stakes, maybe there were aliens coming down. That's a completely different fucking subject, but they would have been able to discuss it, but they would have only been able to discuss it in a small group, and might maybe take that to another group. And what 100,000?
And the spread is not exponential.
The spread is slow. Now it is like boom. 2 days later, this could be watched.
Or instantly. You know, as soon as you've uploaded it.
As soon as we've uploaded it. So what I'm saying is that drive is much quicker, because lots more people can see it a lot quicker, and a lot more people can talk about it and take it. So you've only got to have one person have one point that's quite poignant, and then another person takes that point and expands on it, and then another person, and that expansion is much quicker than it would have been, and has ever been in our lives. In the history of humanity. Unless there's unless there's some magic mirrors on the wall, Snow White style, that you can sort of something or whatever.
But I mean, I think there is an awakening happening right now, and I think it's like everything in reality. It's like we have a tendency as humans to, and my missus says this to me all the time, so black and white. It's like, is that the awakening? Is that the awakening? Is that the DMT experience? Is that the death experience? I think the whole thing, going back to the DMT experience, is so multi-dimensional and so layered up. You know, reality, the awakening, the whole lot. There's so many layers to it that you and I can see, and people that have had the psychedelic breakthrough experience can see. Afterwards, your eyes become open, and you are able to see more of the structure of the information structure that we're all a part of. But I think even that is still a dot compared to, you know, is a grain of sand compared to all the sand on every beach in the world, in as far as how many layers there are to this situation that we're in. So is there an awakening coming for the human species? Yes, I think there is, and I think we're in it, and we're in the middle of it. But does that have any consequence to the larger information structure? It's just one tiny ripple in an ocean of ripples.
Fair enough.
That would be my answer to your question. 6:30 a.m. on a Thursday morning.